gentleman adventurer extraordinaire
Dallas Campbell.
Second half of his interview.
Some Gerry Anderson news, including something coming back from 1976.
And we'll be hearing from our podsterons who've been emailing at podcast@gerryanderson.com.
The Gerry Anderson Podcast with Jamie Anderson, Richard James, and Chris Dale.
Stand by for action.
What?
This could go on a bit.
Oh, that's good.
Launch Stingray.
I know that voice. Hang on, is that from the concert?
Stingray. Stingray.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, that is from the concert.
Yeah.
That's the opening from Deadly Concerto, which
Yes.
you may have seen teased in the Anderson Entertainment 25th anniversary live stream.
Oh, there was one of those, wasn't there?
Yes, but the full version will be coming for everybody to enjoy in due course.
Cool.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry,
No,
this is
that's
the Gerry
all right.
Anderson podcast.
That's fresh from the editing suite, isn't it?
It is at the
Just
point we're
coming
recording
on
this,
with
even though that it's already been out and it's all a bit confusing. But yes, timey-wimey stuff.
Cool. Welcome to the Gerry Anderson Podcast. There's a little sneak peek for you there. It wasn't exclusive, wasn't it?
Yes, literally just dropped into my inbox
Great.
at the time of recording.
Amazing.
So,
Pod 3 to... I've got my glasses on. I can't read with my glasses on.
327.
You should take them off so I can
What's
read.
3 times 2? Oh, no, that's...
No, it doesn't work. That's not last week, is it? I think it's time we had some news.
Really?
Yeah.
Some Gerry Anderson news?
Yeah, even better.
Okay, here it is. Oh, Gerry Anderson news is here.
Oh, yes, it took me by surprise.
It is, even
Yeah.
though I'd pre-announced it and you
Yeah.
asked for
Wow.
it.
Yeah. Well, that's
Okay,
life.
fine.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is that it then?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That was...
No, Chris.
Go on.
The weekend just gone. In fact,
Yeah.
since this goes
Oh,
out
yeah.
live on a Sunday night, you may even still be at the Space 1999 convention in London.
We might be there
Heathrow.
right now.
How meta is
Yeah.
this?
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting you say that.
Yeah.
We announced all sorts of stuff there. You had playthroughs of the Space 1999 role-playing game. You
Fun.
had James Swallow talking about the Armageddon engine.
Yeah.
He talked about some other special bits and pieces which were exclusive to that event, so I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
because it sort
okay,
of comes
sure,
out at the same time.
sure.
So maybe
Yeah.
next week we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But also the reveal and a little demonstration of the Eagle 76 edition.
Right,
So
yes.
what's this?
Based
Yes.
on that lovely giant 2-foot-long Mattel toy from 1976, which was only released in the US, we're doing a sort of updated, retooled reissue. And it was exclusively revealed at the Space 1999 50th Anniversary Convention at London Heathrow. And it's a lovely thing. You can pre-order it now with a small deposit
Oh, yeah.
to secure
okay.
your edition for
Great.
next year.
And this is going to be quite a big toy, isn't it?
I wouldn't call it a toy, Chris.
Toy?
I'd call it a specialist collector's item.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 foot
toy.
long. It's massive.
Yeah, they're huge.
It's 2 foot long.
Well,
That's
about 2
that
foot,
is
isn't it?
huge, isn't
It's
it?
enormous.
Have you not seen the original commercial?
No.
Let's look at the
Let's have a look.
commercial.
Let's have a look, yeah.
Alpha Team in danger! Code Red! Liftoff!
This is Space 1999 Eagle 1 spaceship.
Alpha Control, we have contact!
You can jettison the cockpit and engines, then link them up. It's Mini Eagle 1 in visual contact.
Alpha Control hookup is a go!
And their Eagle 1 rescue phase is complete.
Eagle 1, Roger and out!
Space 1999 Eagle 1 spaceship comes with 3-inch figures. Assembly required, new from Mattel.
You may have seen, possibly, if we manage to get it out in
Yeah.
time, that we are now on the hunt for the 2 boys in that commercial.
Uh-oh.
Because for the 50th anniversary of Space 1999, what we are desperate to do, well, what I'm desperate to do, and everybody else is just kind of following suit because they're being nice to me, is I want to reshoot that commercial with the new Eagle and the 2 original kids from that advert.
Who would now be mid to late 50s?
Late 50s, early 60s.
60s,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah. How brilliant would that be?
That would be cool.
A lovely thing. We'll find a great kind of 1970s backdrop to fill them against and have them play with the Eagle and fly it around.
What if
Oh.
it turned out that one of them was like Benedict Cumberbatch or Tom Hardy or something like that.
Well, then all the better. All the better. Wouldn't it be
and they
amazing?
still agreed to do it.
That would be fantastic. Yes, it's actually Ryan Reynolds
Yes.
and Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that'd be
who are in
fantastic.
it.
Brilliant. That'd be
I
great.
don't know why I thought of those two. What a weird pairing. And also one of them's a redhead, so I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're on the hunt. If you know who those boys are, or those men are now,
Yes.
please email us, podcast@gerryanderson.com. We are desperate to find them.
Oh, you are. Yeah.
I am desperate to find them. Others are less desperate, but that doesn't dampen my desperation.
No, quite.
So yes, help us with Project Eagle 76. And if you want to secure one, super limited edition, you can do so for, I think, about 30 quid currently, if you want to put a deposit down.
Wow.
There
And this
you go.
comes with all of the features that we saw in the trailer there?
I think all the features, yes, the little characters, but it's more detailed. So it's a kind of hybrid of the Mattel Eagle and a kind of more accurate collector's Eagle. So it's still got the same proportions as the Mattel one, but more detail, better paint job, smarter and updated for a more discerning collector.
Yes.
I think I might.
is gonna do
I think I might have my
I'm
name down.
very excited.
I
to
think
put
I
him on the
might go
shelf.
for that.
Yeah.
I can feel my fingers itching, which is always a bad sign.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, well, hopefully your sister won't be sick on this one. So we can hope. It's a bit pricey for that, I think.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, too right. Yeah.
so that's all very exciting.
Yes.
Armageddon Engine is out now, as is UFO Shadow Play. 500 of each are signed by author James Swallow. The rest are not, so they may have already gone by this point. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We're recording so far in advance.
Yeah.
But you can grab your copies of the Armageddon Engine and UFO Shadow Play right now.
Yeah.
There's more to come.
Could-
There's more 50th anniversary news to come, and obviously, most importantly of all, hopefully within the next 12 months, we'll be reshooting that classic advert with the original actors.
Also, can I urge you to go back to one of our previous podcasts when we had Anton Phillips and
Yeah.
Prentice Hancock as well?
Yeah.
Really worth a look for their insights into filming Space 1999 and beyond.
Yeah. And my final thing for this news section, sort of a request thing rather than a news thing. What do you want to see, Podsterons, for Space 1999's 50th anniversary? We'd love to know.
Right.
Obviously, lots of you are going to come back and say, a remake of the series. Well,
yeah.
let's go within reason here.
Yeah.
Something that's achievable within the next 12 months.
Yeah.
That could be any manner of things.
Yeah.
Probably not that.
Yeah.
But let us know. Do you want to see, official Royal Mint Space 1999 50p's?
Ooh, yes.
Well, moon-shaped £2 coins.
Yes.
Okay, yes, that might be a reasonable thing, possibly. No, Space 1999 top trumps.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
A moon base replica.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just making things up now, but you should also make things up and send them to us.
Drivable moon buggies.
Yes.
Life size,
Yeah.
roadworthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
These
all
are
right.
great ideas.
Let's
This
do
is
all
a
that.
great
Good
brainstorming
year.
session. Podcast@gerryanderson.com with your more reasonable suggestions, please. Thank you. That is the end of this week's Gerry Anderson News.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
He's lost it now.
That's right, yeah.
He's blown
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
no.
Too late. Too late.
No,
The moment's gone.
Chris, I've just had a calendar reminder that I'm supposed to be on a call with you right now.
Oh, no. That's right, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Should we push it till later?
I think we probably should.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Richard. Do carry on.
Carry on.
Would you like to see the second part of my interview with Dallas Campbell?
Oh, is he an adventurer?
I think we should stop saying that because he
You
won't
said
recognise
it.
that as a description of himself.
Is he a top-notch science communicator?
That's more like it.
I would love some of that.
Dallas Campbell, welcome back.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me back. I
Whoever
was
thought-
worried that you
Yeah.
wouldn't have me back.
And, well, I fought hard against it.
I'm used to the phone not ringing. And they'll definitely call me back. And then nothing.
Talking of which, I mean, should we broach this now?
Well, we could, given,
I understand, and I
yeah.
think I must have known this in the past because I've known you for quite some time, and I'm sure we would have spoken of this. But you auditioned for Space Precinct.
I did. Now, I remember when was
94.
it?
This would have
94.
been.
Pizza Hut time.
Absolutely right.
I definitely remember getting a call and going up for the audition for this new Gerry Anderson. Wow, Space Precinct.
Yeah.
And I heard there was a buzz about it.
There
Other
was.
actors were
Yeah.
going up for it. And
Yeah.
it must be before I knew you.
Pinewood? Did you go to Pinewood for the audition? Which is
Yes.
Do you remember? Yeah.
Or I went to some studio.
And did you meet Gerry? Do you remember? Was Gerry? in?
No, I don't remember. Anyway, I did
Yeah.
the audition.
Yeah.
Or I read with someone.
Yeah.
And it went really well.
Yeah.
And I got a call from my agent
Yeah.
saying, "You're on pencil," which is the kiss of death.
You're never going to get it. Yeah.
But
Actually, in those days, it kind of did mean you were close.
But there were gradations of pencil. If it was like a light
Heavy
pencil
pencil,
and then
yeah.
heavy pencil,
I know.
There's all different kinds of pencil.
Ridiculous.
But anyway, so I sat by the phone and waited and thought, this is going to be it. Finally, thank God, I'm going to get like a proper regular gig.
Yeah.
And I waited. And now it's 2024 and I'm still waiting.
It could still happen.
It could still happen.
Fingers crossed.
See, that would be amazing. Imagine if it did happen.
Oh, well, yeah,
Imagine if
absolutely.
that happened.
Oh,
like
too
suddenly, whoever cast it, who's the casting? You knew the casting.
I think it was Rebecca Howard, I think.
Rebecca Howard.
Yeah, that's right.
Imagine if Rebecca
She's
Howard
still
called
casting.
me today and said, "Oh, sorry, just
You're on.
You're on."
Sorry about the delay.
Yes.
Just had to sort out a few legal things, but we're on.
Exactly. Yeah.
How extraordinary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in
Yes.
another universe, you could be sat here
Yeah.
interviewing me.
Yes. In fact, yes.
Had you done your time on Space Precinct?
Exactly. There is a universe where that's happened, according to the Copenhagen
Right.
School of Quantum.
So there
Mechanics.
are universes where anything could happen, I
The
guess.
multiverse.
Yes.
Isn't that, I always worry about that. You know, it's there's a sort of universe very possible
Yeah.
branching off. But that's kind of the conclusion of modern physics,
Yeah.
which is a bit weird. So basically there is a universe somewhere.
I find that quite a
And
comfort.
I'm slightly better than you.
Not in all of them, you're not. Not in this one, you're not.
There's also a universe I'm slightly worse than you.
I think there are plenty of
And
those.
all gradations
That's
in
right.
between.
But anyway, let's not talk. Last week we discovered that although you professed to have, a little knowledge of Gerry Anderson, actually we
bit.
discovered that it was kind of woven throughout your life in some ways.
Yes.
You mentioned Space 1999 last time, and that, of course, the famous Thunderbirds Pizza Hut commercial and so on.
Yeah.
But also in your life and career, the places you visited and the things you've seen and the things you've done put me in mind of some of the exploits from Anderson
Yeah.
shows, particularly Thunderbirds and International Rescue and so on. Did you ever, or were you ever able to say no to these things?
No, I wasn't. It's such a. It's funny actually because we didn't make these kind of programs as much as we did.
Yeah,
then.
absolutely.
These sorts of big, ridiculous kind of scale documentaries just
Yeah.
don't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them do. Obviously, the Attenborough ones do. But no, at no point did I think, no, I'm not going to do this.
that.
It was only ever, holy moly, this is exciting. We're going to go to Mexico and they're going to dive into a sewer. It's going to be great. Or we're going to go to China and I'm going to swing off a bridge or whatever it might. Or we're going to go to watch rockets being launched.
Yeah.
So no, never. It was only ever a massive privilege.
So your career as a presenter
Yeah.
and I'm not going to use the phrase, but you know what I mean.
Science communicator. You must communicate the science.
Did that sort of come side by side? Obviously, part of the remit of being a presenter of the stuff that you presented is that you are communicating.
Yes, of course.
But now that sort of spun off into personal coaching, training,
Yeah, I mean,
appearances at various shows.
I do lots of on stage live stuff.
Yeah.
So I work at Farnborough at the Air Show.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff in the aviation and space industry.
And
So I work with the UK Space Agency doing their podcast and all kinds. So I'm still very connected.
And
to
do
the
you
world
find
of
yourself using some of those old tools that you used as an actor, or is this now purely presentational? Is it different somehow?
No, I think it's a really good question actually, and it's funny. I'm talking to other people like Maggie Philbin we mentioned last time. Maggie was one of the presenters of Tomorrow's World, and she began as an actor.
Right,
She went
yep.
to drama school as
Yep.
well. James Burke, who you'll know, who I used to love. James Burke used to do an engineering series called Connections, and did all the Apollo things. And James, like me, wasn't a scientist. He came from he was teaching French he was teaching French to students in France. And
Right.
someone came up to him and said, "You look like you might be okay in front of the
You look
camera.
like a boffin."
We'll get you." So people sort of go into it from very sort of different areas.
Yeah.
And actually, having worked as an actor has been really helpful. I think partly because sort of confidence, knowing your kind of way around a set, like understanding kind of how it all kind of works,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It certainly didn't do me any harm.
Yeah.
And my whole remit wasn't about I have lots of knowledge, I will tell you stuff.
Yeah.
Mine was always about I don't know, let's go and find out this kind of stuff together.
Yeah.
And I think it was a good model. So yes, I mean the acting definitely helped.
Yeah.
I mean I'm never not me.
Yeah.
But also even things like kind of learning lines
Yeah.
is really helpful.
That's right.
You will be somewhere. I remember being in America. I was doing a thing about the Drake equation about is there life. And we had to catch the flight at 4:00 and it was 2:00 and the sun was going down behind this hill. We had to get high pressure stuff,
Yeah.
you've got to get the line. You've got
Yeah.
to say that bit, otherwise it's not going to make sense.
Yeah.
And actually being able to deal with that,
Yeah.
being able to kind of write the script, learn the script, say the script
Yeah.
coherently,
That's right.
is just the kind of basic mechanics of making television. It was helpful actually having done acting.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
And sort of confidence as well.
Yeah. And also, another string to your bow is as an author.
Yes.
I mentioned this briefly last time, Ad Astra, an illustrated guide
Yes.
to leaving the planet.
Yeah.
I should also mention that you do own a replica Apollo astronaut
I do.
spacesuit.
I do.
How did that come about? I can't
think-
remember.
Well, I remember being about 10, and I remember being dragged to some stately home, and I can't remember what it was, where it was, and being really bored. And I remember at the foot of the big grand staircase, there were kind of two suits of armour.
Oh, yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, you know what would be really cool? Would be if like you had two spacesuits.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
I
like,
see.
that would be really cool. And I was always quite enamoured by the Apollo spacesuit. I just thought they looked really cool.
Yeah.
I just thought they looked great. There's
Yeah.
something very iconic about
Yeah.
those Apollos. You know, when you see news clips about Apollo, you'd see sort of Buzz Aldrin standing there, and actually you're looking at a manufactured object. You're looking at a piece of engineering. You know, the spacesuit is the kind of the smallest possible spacecraft designed for one person.
Yes, right, yeah.
And I was always very interested in them. And so, I sort of collected them. I had a few. I've had some real ones knocking around.
Oh,
which
yeah?
I passed on. Yeah, I had some of the Soyuz suits. I had a few
Right.
of those. I had one of the orange. In fact, I had Charlie Bolden's, who was the NASA administrator. I had one of his shuttle suits for a while, and now I've got one of the Apollo suits. It was made by Ryan Nagata, who makes suits for all the big movies.
Okay.
I've got a replica, one of his.
Would it
suits.
work?
No.
But it looks great.
Well, you'd look good
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
died in the vacuum of space. You'd look great. But
Tell us about the premise of this and how this came about.
Well, the premise of that it was a Douglas Adams thing. Actually, I remember Douglas Adams. I can't remember which, but it wasn't in one of the Hitchhiker books. It was an essay he'd written.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of a guide to leaving the planet. Call
Okay.
NASA.
Right.
Call the Pope. Or whatever.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
And I just thought, actually, that's a rather good idea for a book. Why don't I do like a sort of rough guide to leaving the planet?
Yes, yes.
You know, and I
yes.
can talk about all the things that I've been making programs about.
That's right.
And that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You know, which rockets to catch, what spacesuit to wear, what to eat,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And so it's kind of, that was the premise. And then it's slightly morphed into something a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But that's it.
Excellent. Very good.
So if you want to get off Earth,
Yeah.
although it's a bit out of date now. That's
Well,
the problem writing about space.
that's
You know,
right.
it dates
All this is obsolete
within a
now,
week.
isn't it? Yes, that's
So,
right.
well, it's a lot of history in that. I'm very
Ah.
interested in space history.
Yeah.
You know, the history, and I'm doing another book at the moment, which is again about the history of space flight from the kind of Greeks through to the Jacobean space program through to
Okay.
sort of through to now. So yeah.
The Greeks, you say?
Yeah, well, I'm sort of looking at the Space 1999, and this idea. In fact, the picture I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
If I can just turn it
Yeah.
around to show you that. You know, a human being standing on the surface of the moon, looking at the Earth as a globe.
Yeah.
This is an image that long before we ever went to the moon, we had imagined. You know, and you can go back to the sort of 1600s. There was an English bishop, Bishop Francis Godwin, who imagined geese would sort of migrate from the Earth to the moon, and he could construct some kind of craft, a bit like James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
You know, some kind of seat.
Right.
And so he wrote about all these kind of lunar adventures, and lots of writers and scientists would fantasize about these and have different ways of.
Sure, yes.
Cyrano de
I
Bergerac
see.
would imagine having sort of bottles of water strapped to you, and as the water evaporated,
It would
go
take you
with
up.
it. Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah.
there's some really great stories,
Yeah.
and then of course, you know, eventually there's kind of science and the technology could have caught up with the
Yes.
imagination, and then we
Yes.
actually figured out ways that you could do it.
Yeah,
But I've
yeah.
always been interested in that as a sort of cultural idea.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes,
Nice.
So that's what I'm writing about.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have more questions here for you, Dallas.
Yeah. In fact, that orange, he's wearing an orange spacesuit, and that's the orange. Did they wear orange in 2001? I can't remember. But the orange
they might have,
spacesuit was became a thing during the space shuttle.
Yes, that's right.
It's called International Orange is the name of
Okay.
that colour.
Yeah.
And it's called International Orange because it's the least occurring colour in the natural world.
Right.
So it's designed to, wherever you end up in in a forest in
Yeah,
the ocean,
yeah. You're gonna stick out.
You'll stick out.
I
So that's
see.
why that orange is orange.
Very interesting. There we go.
Oh, what am I doing?
Now, there's some more questions here from our
Shall I just
viewers and
pick a load?
listeners. Take them all.
Take 'em all.
Let's-
Did I leave
that's
one?
It, that's it. No, that's it.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
Hi, Dallas. This is from Paul Hyder. Or Hidder.
Oh, yes, Paul Hyder, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hyder. Hi, Paul. Hit us
Yeah.
with the most mind-blowing science fact you know.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, right. Off you go then. Perform for us, Dallas.
What's the most mind-blowing science fact? God, that's-
I've got one.
Go on,
I want to
what's
start
your
with.
one?
I'm not even sure it's true.
What?
That's the trouble, isn't it?
Well, we
It's
could-
about the whale. It's about the whale. Blue whale, of course, is a mammal, lives in the sea.
Yeah,
But evolutionarily speaking,
yeah,
it started life in the sea, as we all did,
yeah,
crawled up onto the earth,
yeah.
and became a kind of wolf-like creature,
Yeah.
and then went back into the sea and became a blue whale.
Yeah, that's
I love
great.
that,
I like
isn't
that.
it?
It's sort of when I'm going, nah,
Yeah,
it's
do you know
not
what? I tried it.
It's not going to work.
No.
It's not going to work. For me.
Back in the sea.
Yeah. I like that. I heard a fact the other day. I don't know if it's the most mind-blowing fact, but I rather like it. If you, if you look at me straight ahead,
Yes.
there's another evolution fact.
Okay.
And then what I want you to do, without moving your head,
Yeah.
move your eyes all the way to the left
Yeah.
or the right,
Yeah.
and then just smoothly move them all the way back to the middle
Yeah.
and all the way to the other side.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that you can't do it smoothly. Your eyes, can you feel your eyes jumping?
Yes, I can.
They saccade. We call
Yeah.
it saccade.
Okay.
They jump.
Yeah.
Jump. Now, that's interesting. Put your finger in front of your nose.
Yeah.
And this time with your head still.
Yeah.
Move your finger left to right, and let your eyes follow your finger. You'll notice your eyes will move absolutely smoothly.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, what's that about then?
Well, basically, it's an evolution thing, a bit like your wolf and the blue whale. But obviously, if you are on the savannah, lots of information is coming into your brain. And when your eyes move about, you're actually sort of temporarily blinded. So your brain kind of edits what goes in. But if it sees something moving, your eyes will lock on. Because obviously you don't want to get eaten by the
Yeah.
thing that's moving.
Yeah.
So your eyes will
I
move
see.
smoothly.
Okay.
But only on moving things, because
Wow.
moving things can be bad. Moving
Yes.
things can mean...
Yes.
So
yes.
that's a little mind blowing. You can try this at home.
Like it. Very good.
Yeah,
Well done. Yeah.
there you go.
Excellent. Another question?
Okay. Why was that in my brain? I was thinking
I don't
about
know.
that
It's
the
funny,
other
isn't it?
day.
What
Yeah.
sticks?
Alex Pass. Hello, Alex. Hi. Do you have a favourite example of science in fiction, either workable in real life or completely ludicrous? For example, the reusable Thunderbird rocket, Space 1999, blowing the moon out of orbit. Well, I suppose...
Does it bother you when you see things that couldn't
No,
possibly...
it doesn't bother me at all. So, it's a good question. So, The Martian, for example, the film
yeah,
The
yeah.
Marshall, The Martian. Everyone's, oh yeah, it's really accurate and da da da. I don't care. What I care about is the film any good, and The Martian really annoys me.
Oh.
'Cause I just don't think it's very good.
Oh.
Nothing to do with the science.
Great book, though.
Well, it might be a great book, but my problem with it is Ridley Scott. So Alien, I love Alien.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between Alien and The Martian. Because in Alien, the whole last third, you've got Ripley trying to get off the ship, and it's beeping and it's noise. She doesn't say anything. There's like no dialogue. And we, as the audience, do the work. We're with her. And with What's His Chops on Mars, he's just constantly talking and narrating
He has
this
to,
kind of
yes.
exposition.
Yes.
But you don't have to.
Well-
it's much better if you just turn the sound down
Yeah.
and just watch him.
Okay.
Because we understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
We don't need him to do like witty space bands talking
Yeah.
about disco music.
Oh, yeah.
Makes me really cross.
Okay. Fair enough.
Anyway, so that's...
Yeah.
But reusable rockets. Actually, Alex, that's a really good point. Reusable rockets. So Thunderbirds, they have reusable rockets.
Yeah.
Reusable rockets is the way that we will... Not conquer, that's the wrong word, but we will explore space. The problem with something like Apollo, or the problem with rockets up to this point, is that rockets are massive, and the only bit you get back at the end is the tiny little bit at the top, and the rest is disposable. It is akin to getting on a jumbo jet in London, flying to New York in it, and then setting fire to it every time you wanted to fly. It's completely... It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's completely unsustainable.
Yeah.
Economically, it doesn't work, which is
Yeah.
why we stopped going back to the moon. There was no economic...
Yep.
it was too expensive.
Yeah.
The problem is, the actual real engineering of rockets is very, very difficult. Unbelievably difficult. And we can go into the rocket equation, we can talk about the maths why it's so difficult. But it's only the last 5 years or so that we've been able to do it, thanks to SpaceX, actually, thanks to Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and others, and the people who work with them, that we've actually been able to work out how we can do it, how we can bring up boosters back and reuse them. And because we've got computers, much better computing power that lets us model things so we can do it. But it's really, really difficult. And actually now we're at a point where you look at other launch companies that don't use reusable rockets, and they look like sort of dinosaurs. We're so used to watching the SpaceX Falcon 9 boosters kind of landing and stuff. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievably hard. It's taken us a long time to do it. But that is the key to making going to Mars, if we want to go back to Mars. We certainly couldn't do it without reusable rockets.
I'm going to throw some Gerry Anderson things at you now. Things that were established in his series that were kind of ways around problems when they were making the shows. And let's see how much scientific validity they have, for example. So in, I think it's Fireball XL5, to get around the fact that the puppets were moving in space without spacesuits, we had them taking oxygen pills. Could such a thing ever happen?
Well, you can sort of engineer humans somehow, like to not be. No, I don't think so. Although there was, I'm trying to think which film. There was an old film in the I want to say the sort of 1920s, or maybe the 1950s. I can't remember which one it was, where they showed the astronauts taking motion sickness pills. They must take the motion sickness pills,
right?
Because even though before we'd been into space, they knew that you would probably get space, which they do. I mean, all astronauts, they do. They take pills, stop them vomiting everywhere.
Gosh.
Because that's what happens when you go into space. But not oxygen pills. But again, those are the sort of things that, as a viewer, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you just
like
buy
if
into
I'm watching that, I'm like, as long as your film is good. If you're taking an oxygen pill because that's the thing, then it works. And if you watch things like 2001, you've got spinning spaceship in order to recreate gravity, because obviously you don't have the technology to show people floating about. We do now, but back then you didn't. So you have to come up with creative ideas. And I always like those creative ideas. I think they're good. So why not? Oxygen pills. Probably not going to cut it. Although The Abyss...
Well, I was going to mention The Abyss.
Which isn't Gerry Anderson.
No, but they take the fluid into
the fluid
their lungs
into your... It was a kind of...
They breathe it.
A sort of saturated, oxygenated gel.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that could... could work. But I remember seeing that thinking... That is brilliant. And also the kind of fear of that sense of drowning as that moment where you have to kind of give in and sort of breathe the liquid.
Terrifying.
But, when we were in utero, that's what we used to do.
Yes.
Breathe
I
out,
don't remember that far back.
I remember. Not you.
No, that'd be weird. Retrometabolism. Captain Scarlet dies and comes back to life. Every cell in his body is regenerated.
Yeah.
How far along the line are we to eternal life and cells regenerating in perpetuity?
It's one of those things that scientists have been going on about since the sort of transhumanists and the cosmists in Russia at the time, and this idea that somehow we can, at the moment of death, kind of freeze yourself and then sort of regenerate yourself later. The problem is cell damage. Like humans, we're really quite fragile, and so we don't quite have the wherewithal to do that now. Certainly with kind of simple life, you could probably do it, but with humans, we're probably not there yet. Maybe at some point. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we can figure out a way of doing that. I mean, we do regenerate.
Yes,
I mean, all the cells
constantly.
in your body and my body are not the same cells as when we were born.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think.
No, weird.
I think we have regenerated. But
finally, here's a controversial one for Thunderbirds fans. Would Thunderbird 2 ever actually fly?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of got a lifting body. You don't need wings necessarily. Just the shape of a body will give you lift.
Okay.
There's nothing. If you look at something like the F-35, it doesn't look dissimilar.
Right.
To Thunderbird 3, I think.
Yeah.
It's slightly wide, small wings.
Yeah.
Body does a lot of the lift, just like Thunderbird 2.
Yeah.
I think it could. Why not? Yes,
problem solved.
Answer, yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, you could test it.
No, Dallas. Let's have a few more questions before I show one final clip.
Okay. I like these questions.
Good.
Neil wants to know. Neil Owen. Hello, Neil. Hi, Daz. Where do you think the human race will be in 100 years' time? I think in Slough.
Yeah, probably still doing this interview, I would think.
And what will survive from today for our future descendants to marvel at? What a great question. 100 years, it's not that long.
But a lot's happened in the last 100 years.
Well, that's the thing. We do seem to be on this kind of exponential curve. I mean, growing up in the end of the second half of the 20th century, technology was, the change from kind of records to tapes to CDs. That was kind of like, that sort of took a long time.
It did.
And they were kind of monumental.
That's right.
And then suddenly everything's gone really quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that, we mentioned AI very briefly in the last interview, but I think AI is going to change, not just AI changing things, not just AI in itself, but AI will embed itself within everything. And so everything is going to change unbelievably quickly.
Yeah. Is it okay to be a bit scared about that?
Well, medicine, good things, medicine.
Yeah.
The fact that we'll be able to design climate models beyond anything that human beings can do will be terrific. Space, materials, things that, big things will be pumped along by AI. And miracles will occur as a result of that. But then you have the flip side of that. Everything bad will be amplified even worse.
Right.
So good things will get better, bad things will get worse. I think, I don't know, I'm amazed. I've been sort of following AI from the beginning, and I remember playing Connect 4 with a robot with AI, and being amazed at that.
Yeah.
But I'm amazed how quickly we've got used to already things like large language models, how quickly within a year or 2 years, we all just use ChatGPT or whatever just because it's really useful.
Right.
And I use it all the time for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
But it will fundamentally change humans in a way that no other technology, I think, has changed humans before.
Wow.
It's not just the Industrial Revolution. I think it's, the internet connected brains together, and that was a revolution. That changed everything, as we know. But suddenly, bigger brains, exponentially bigger brains that are bigger than human brains connected together, I think is going to be quite profound. And what it'll look like is we can spend the rest of our lives discussing. But anyway, so I think in 100 years' time, people will go back, wow, imagine how did they cope just using their own puny human brains?
Well, that's a good question.
They'll probably be talking about Thunderbirds.
Almost certainly.
But actually, the thing that I think will be valued 100 years from now will be humans, the things that we can do which aren't perfect. So, for example, in art, we like to see the brush strokes. We like to see the thumbprints in the clay of the bust of the artist or whatever it is, or the fret buzz of a guitar in a piece of music, even though it's not perfection.
Yeah.
We like the rough and readiness.
Yeah.
And I think that the human imprint within culture will still be of value, even if it's perhaps not useful, in big inverted commas. So
that's a comfort.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
It's why we like things like Thunderbirds and Gerry Anderson, is because it's not perfect. It's not a perfect rendering of humans.
Yeah.
We can see the strings,
Yeah.
and we don't mind that.
Yeah.
We like that. There's something about that sort of lo-fi-ness in art and in culture that is comforting and important.
Yeah. Great. Nice.
Yes.
Let's have one more.
Okay, so that was my rather
take
long...
a choice. I think let's have one more of
answer.
those.
Sorry. Steve Bushell. Hi, Dallas. How well do you think we are on recruiting new Tintins into STEM subjects? And what can we do to improve this? By the way, I saw you presenting a talk in Bexhill a few years ago.
There you go.
And you were fab.
Ah.
What was I doing in Bexhill?
Oh, I don't know.
Bexhill on Sea.
But it must have been a hell of a night.
The thing in a seaside town with James Burke
Okay,
a few years. Maybe
great.
that was. I hope it was, because James is terrific.
So how well are we doing at recruiting future scientists and enthusiasts, would you say? Could we do better?
Well, we can always do better. I mean, we've certainly, since I've been kind of involved in science and education, there's definitely been changes. It's definitely got better as the culture has changed. And I remember, 20 years ago, pushing more women in science, more women in science. That's completely changed. I mean, obviously we need more everyone in in science. I'm still on a bit of a crusade in terms of I want science just to be part of culture, not something separate. I don't want anyone to ever ask me again, wait, you make science programs, but you're not a scientist, as if somehow that's weird.
Yeah.
The fact that is weird to some people is a problem in itself.
Yeah.
Because nobody would stop you coming out of a cinema and go, you were seeing a film, you must have filmed it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like,
yeah.
But
I see you're eating. You must be a chef.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think it is changing. I think certainly technology. Maybe it's just the kind of circles I'm in. But certainly, sort of technology has become such a big part of our lives. But I want people to see it as something that's fun and interesting and worthwhile, and not just a subject.
Yeah. Well, you've spent a career trying to get over that very message. There was a time when you were in our living rooms once a week, I think, on Bango's The Theory.
Bango's Theory, yes.
Let's have a look at
I love Bango's Theory.
A look at a clip of that, then, and then we'll say goodbye.
This kind of answers your question. The reason we did this show was because the BBC, it was Jay Hunt who became controller channel of BBC One, and she was like, we need to have science back on early evening family viewing.
Yeah, right.
Because if you want to get people interested in science, if you don't have things like Tomorrow's World, if it's just what you do at school, then it'll forever just be a subject.
Yeah.
And actually, it's more than just a subject. This is what humans do. We're scientists and we're engineers. And,
and this is
Brendan. I remember Brendan. I love Brendan. Brendan's great, by the way. You should get Brendan.
Okay, right. I'm making note of his details. And this sort of program doesn't really exist at the moment. Do you think it's a cyclical thing that perhaps someone else will have that exact same idea in a couple of years' time?
Definitely. I think, particularly places like the BBC, it kind of goes science, history, and it's kind of space, dinosaurs, Egypt, space, dinosaurs, Egypt. Strictly. That's the thing. I mean, the trouble is, broadcasters, they've got their bottom lines. They want viewers. But, I still present Sky at Night on the BBC, which I think everyone's just sort of forgotten about.
Not at all.
It's like one of those kind of they call it sort of legacy programs.
Yeah.
But it's really important. But the problem is, kids don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah.
This was we were making this in whenever it was 2008, 2009. It was before Twitter and everything else. Really before social media took up. I mean, my kids. They're grown up now, but they didn't grow up watching programs.
No, true. That's right.
So
there you go.
So it's unlikely that the BBC. They still do good science. They do. I was going to say stargazing, but that's finished. Spring Watch and programs like that. So there is still good stuff on. But yes, I missed Bang. Bang was a great show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It was a proper family gang show where we'd sort of muck about and do interesting stuff.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's been something of a roller coaster having you along, Dallas.
Well,
do you see what I did there?
I did see what you did there.
But thank you very much for making the effort. It's been so nice to see you again.
That's great.
It's great to talk to you about your life
lovely.
and career and time.
We haven't talked much about Gerry Anderson, so I apologise.
That's come back and do it all again.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely to see you. Thank you so much to Dallas Campbell for joining us. What an interesting fellow.
Yes.
I actually he did a magic trick at my wedding. Dallas and I actually go quite a way back.
Do you?
Yeah. Quite a few years.
Is that how you pulled this one?
Yeah. And he performed a magic trick at my wedding. I don't quite know why.
What was the magic trick?
Can't remember. It was a long time ago. Something with a cloth or something.
Brilliant.
Okay. Well, can we? Did he perform it during the interview?
But what a fascinating thing that he auditioned for Space Precinct.
Yes.
Yeah.
He could have been.
In
Space Precinct.
Yes. That's right. He could have been in Space Precinct. Yeah. Anyway, thanks to Dallas. I don't know who we got coming next week. Oh, we might have another couple of Space Precinct alumni.
Space Precinct
really?
We might do.
The anniversary.
Okay.
We might do.
All to be revealed.
Yes, that's
next
right.
Week.
Yeah. In the meantime, talking of revealing, shall we reveal what the Podsterons have been emailing us in?
Yeah. Your segues are getting looser
not?
and looser.
Here we go.
This is the voice of the Podsterons.
Well, the first one
comes
from a chap called Ryan.
Okay.
Hi, Ryan.
I assume it's a chap, could be a lady.
Yeah. Hi, Ryan.
And Ryan says, "Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, guys.
I was wondering if you could help me. Well, within reason.
Depends what you're asking.
Because it wasn't money.
If you need money, I'm
Yeah.
just not sure, obviously.
But I really am.
I was watching the Captain Scarlet episode, The Launching, an episode I know Chris particularly enjoys. Yes, I do. With a particularly harrowing mysterization sequence for poor Mervyn Brand. In the episode, after his plane crash, Brand's body is slumped over the rocks without his helmet. But I'm certain I saw an image in the 90s Scarlet comic where Brand was slumped at a different angle with his helmet on, looking decidedly barbecued compared to previous shots, compared to previous shots where his burned body was slumped on the cockpit before the crash. Chris, maybe you can help me out with this one. Did I imagine that photo, or do you know if it actually did exist? And if it did, would you happen to know why this image differed from what appeared in the episode? Many thanks,
Right.
Ryan.
Over to you.
Well, Ryan, yes, I do know that picture,
Oh, thank
and
goodness.
here it is. See?
Ah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Yes,
grim.
no, you're right. The helmet is on there.
Yeah.
As for why his dead body is at a slightly different angle from that scene in the episode, I couldn't really tell you, other than maybe they thought, oh, if we get his helmet off, then we can definitely say that he didn't survive the crash. Even
Right.
though he looks like he's been set on fire.
Right.
But
Or do you think it was
could be-
like maybe Doug Luke diving in and saying,
Yeah.
"Well, this could be useful for
This looks like
TV21.
a
Let's
really
just get a
good
picture."
promotional photo. Yeah, it
Yeah.
must have been used in TV21 or an annual or something. So yeah, it's just we've got a puppet dead in a pile of wreckage. Let's take some photos.
Let's
of it.
take some.
Great.
It's, yeah,
That's very niche.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Over to you, Jamie.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
David writes,
Yes.
Dear Jamie, Richard, and Chris.
Oh, yeah, good.
I've been an
Much
avid
better feeling.
fan of the podcast since the beginning.
Okay.
many years ago.
Wow, blimey.
Pod
I
Zero.
really enjoy everything you do.
Everything?
That's nice, isn't it?
Wow.
Has he tasted my sweet potato pie?
I don't know.
Well, plainly, if he enjoys everything I do.
David, do let us know. I've noticed that the Blu-ray releases of all the Gerry Anderson television productions from Supercar to Space 1999 that were previously released by a network have been made available again by a company called Spirit Entertainment.
Is that right? Okay.
There's something I'd like to inquire about this. Anderson Entertainment previously collaborated with Network on the original releases, we did indeed,
Yeah.
most notably producing some of the special features that we did.
Which are now not on these new versions coming out, because the versions coming out are just the episodes. There's no special
They've
features.
pulled the special features, have
Yes.
they? Interesting.
I think
didn't know
that's
that.
right, yeah.
Okay. Will you be collaborating with Spirit Entertainment on any possible future Anderson titles that we will never get from Network? The ones that come to mind are a long overdue Blu-ray release for Four Feather Falls, Thunderbirds, The Secret Service, and The Protectors. Also, HD restorations of the Super Space Theatre compilations of Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, and the VHS compilations of Terrorhawks. Yours faithfully, David. Now, Space 1999 Super Space Theatre has been done by Network. But it's not been re-released. Basically, Spirit is a distribution company for physical media, and they are, I think, either part or fully owned by ITV. So ITV have basically got them to repress the network releases just with another badge on. So it's the exact same stuff, as Chris said, possibly without special features.
Right.
That's to be confirmed.
Yeah.
Now, we have had some preliminary discussions with ITV about this because we'd love to see some more stuff. And currently, those are underway, and I would say of a vaguely positive tone.
Okay.
That's about the most I can say. I'm already saying too much by saying that,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it is something that we want to see happen.
Yeah.
Chances are there really aren't any other companies that will do this because it's very expensive to do restorations, and the market is not as big as it once was. So, but it's still something we'd love to do.
And we
try our best for.
did look into doing HD versions of the Terrorhawks compilations, didn't we? That was on the cards at some point.
Yes,
near the end of Network's life.
Yes, there was a special anniversary release that was planned with Network that was kind of in its early stages of gestation when Network collapsed. So, yeah, those things were happening. And I think actually, Chris, didn't you cut one together? Didn't
I
you?
cut one together as a
Yeah.
rough draft, and that is on the YouTube channel.
available
Yes,
on
the
the YouTube
never
channel.
made seventh Terrorhawks movie,
Yeah.
as such. But yeah, we have spoken about the Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet Super Space Theatre stuff because we wanted to.
Yeah, so we are heavily investigating it. We're having discussions. Can't promise anything because, you know, nobody owes us the right to do anything, but we do want to make it happen if we can. So there you go.
0X pilot Richard Goodborn says, "Hi guys."
Oh,
There he is, for old time's sake. 0X pilot Richard Goodborn here, reporting in after attending the amazing Standby for Action concert at the Symphony Angel Hall.
See what we did there.
Tough guess to say which part was my favourite segment, even though I was on secondment with Shadow in the afternoon and Spectrum Koala Base in the evening.
I saw that.
I'm glad Jamie liked the Jerry can and hoped Mummy A enjoyed it too. Do you want to enlighten us?
Yes, Rich heard on the podcast that my tractor had run out of diesel.
Yes.
And so he gave me a very small jerry can,
Right.
which actually had a picture of Dad on one side of it, making it therefore a jerry
Of course it
can.
did. Great.
So no, I enjoyed the gag, and it is it's in the stable block at the farm for emergency use.
Great.
I'm not sure the 9 millilitres of diesel it will carry will
never
be
know.
much use, but thank you,
Yeah.
Rich. That's all that counts.
Back in June, says Rich, I took the MEV to Manston in Kent, and in particular the RAF Museum, where a certain Corporal Anderson was stationed for his national service in 1948. There's so much history that the museum covers, along with the control tower still standing, and some connections to the Trapped in the Sky episode of Thunderbirds, such as Fireflash, which is named after a type of missile used by the RAF in the 40s and 50s, and had the same colour scheme of the eponymous atomic airliner. Manston also details the 1948 airshow disaster that Jerry was at, and various belly landings that were the inspirations for the Fireflash's maiden flight. I hope I can find more info on the inspirations that Jerry and other Anderson alumni got for creating the characters, vehicles, and episodes that we love so much. FAB, SIG, 0X pilot Rich Goodborn.
Cheers, Rich.
Now, who actually sent us a picture, but you sort of poo-pooed this, haven't you? Because he thought he found a group photo that featured Jerry,
Yes,
but it wasn't him.
I'm saying it's not.
Yeah.
I can see why you might think it was.
Yeah.
But that's not.
But
what it
thanks.
looked like at that stage.
Thanks so much, Rich. Thanks for your email. And thanks for the update.
And there is another Manston connection. Manston is mentioned in an episode.
Is it now?
Yes, it is.
I see.
What show would this be? It's one of Jamie's favourites.
Terrorhawks?
Joe 90.
Bloomin' Joe 90, first episode.
Of course.
Joe steals a plane and he gets told to take it to Manston, which is in Joe is a futuristic airbase populated by lots of Biggles-esque pilots. Oh, jolly good. Oh, lovely plane.
Nice. Like it.
It's not like that in real life, unfortunately.
Yeah, brilliant. There we are, all for now, but keep them coming in. Podcast at jerryanderson.com. It's quite easy to remember, even for me.
Well done. Eventually.
Yeah, and hopefully next week is the week that we're going to have all new
Postbag.
Exactly. Correspondence from people who haven't emailed before.
Come on, first time emailers, get on it.
Yeah.
And physical post as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those for a
Send
few
us-
weeks.
That's true. Yeah.
Why not?
Checks made payable to Richard James. No, please don't do that, honestly. No, that's
Weird.
fine. Now, would you like to see what Dallas Campbell has chosen for this week's randomizer?
Oh, yes.
I think you would, wouldn't you? Ready?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Dallas. Let's see how he's done.
Oh, going to puppet show.
Yeah, that's it, into colour. Oh,
No! Ah!
Now, you see, I don't mind the protectors.
What a ringing endorsement.
No, that is something I have learned since sitting in on the randomizers, is I quite enjoy the protectors.
You've upgraded it there. Don't mind to quite enjoy.
No, I
You've
do.
made a fan.
Yeah, I think I like the style, I like the genre, the fashions, the
guest
music,
stars.
the guest stars. I do.
What don't you like then? That's almost all of it.
Well, let's watch it and find out, shall we?
Yeah, okay.
Chris, tell us all you know about the
Well, I was
protectors.
going to ask if you could do it in 10 seconds since you know all about it and are a big fan
Now,
now.
I never said I knew all about it. I simply said I
Yeah, come
enjoyed
on,
watching
fanboy. Come on, fanboy.
it. It's Nairi, Dawn Porter, and what's his name? Robert Vaughan. There's
four,
somebody else as well. They're a group of people who investigate things internationally and locally.
Oh, that's actually pretty good, yeah.
What more? I mean, what did I miss?
Yeah, that'll do.
Technically, you know.
Get on with it.
Specs on.
Specs on.
You see, already, look at this, it's glamour. That's what I like about it, I think. It's aspirational.
Is it?
Yes.
This is an Aero Plateau.
So this is the second episode of The Protectors
Right.
Brotherhood. I think it's normally second shown and I think it's second made. He's passing through customs.
Yeah, just strolling through.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's Robert
He's
Wall.
got a biometric passport.
That is correct, yes. If you will please to follow me, Mr. Wool.
That accent.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But
Well, this actor, I think his name's John Casabon. He's specialised in playing heavily accented
Right.
for foreign men in these shows.
Non-specific foreign men.
Yeah. He's in The Prisoner a couple of times.
Please, come into my office.
Where's the laundry from?
Oh
no!
Oh, why didn't you shut the
Maybe
door?
shut the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the aeroport to a bad name.
What the? This is the voice.
Oh no!
Oh, I like that. Straight in the camera.
Yeah. And it's nice as well that a lot of the fight scenes in this are done handheld.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you feel like you're really in the middle
yeah,
of it.
it's much more immediate.
What are stains on the back of his jacket?
Oh.
Oh, you've got one of those gun things.
You are undoubtedly Mr. Harry Rule.
Oh!
See?
Yeah. I mean, I'm hooked already. What on earth is going on? It's a mystery right there.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hook.
I do like it. I'm sorry.
That's fine, you can like it.
Yeah. Chris likes the dog.
I love the dog.
dog's my
Yeah.
favourite
I love
thing.
the intro.
Yeah. Oh, it's just all so glamorous.
And the music is good. And we were just reflecting on the concert stuff.
Yeah.
Actually hearing this at the concert was very cool.
Yeah.
And one day, potentially, we could watch this in HD. Wouldn't that be something?
You're pushing it now.
I mean, it's a lot of episodes to do.
Pockets, please.
Give me one reason why I should.
Mr. Rule, my instructions are that you are to be searched. Let us waste no more time.
We'll beat you up again.
I wish you hadn't chewed that red bar right there.
Yeah. Why didn't you just say that in the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, just to be sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's groovy music. Yes. And there we go, two
Hello.
lovely
Hello,
guest
Campbell.
actors.
There you are.
Nice.
I love it already.
Yeah.
And look, it looks so hot and lovely.
Oh, that's why you like it.
Yeah.
Oh, just imagine the heat in that
Oh,
car.
lovely.
Yeah.
And although it looks like Harry is being kidnapped, the protectors are already on the case
Yes.
to track him. Tessa is there with one of those.
Right, what's that?
Some sort of little device.
Tracker?
All right, mate? Yeah, fine. Oh, God. Oh, he's just going to tread on it.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
There you
Nice.
Latest espionage
The
kit.
security tag
Yeah.
from
go. Yes.
H&M.
I mean, the fact that it lands with a loud clang is a bit.
Yeah.
A really loud clang.
That was
And
for us, wasn't it?
how lucky it landed the right way up.
Yeah, if she'd been standing there sort of nudging it with her foot. Yeah.
We will know if anybody tries to follow, and the consequences will be regrettable.
Nice bit of ADR there. Nowhere near the lip sync.
It looks like quite a windy day wherever that is.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good shot, wasn't it?
Yep. I hope he wipes his mouth.
Yeah, well. He's just doing it.
Offer him a wet wipe in the back seat.
We can do like a granny, lick a hanky, and just wipe his face. Oh no, he's still
Yeah, you see?
close to the curve there. The soft verge.
Look, he's just playing it super cool, though.
Give yourself a headache, Mr. Rule. You have no hope of memorizing our route.
Oh, yeah?
I'm Robert Ball.
Doesn't need to.
Nice.
It's Paul. Are you ready again?
Loud and clear, Paul, but they're
They
going
seem to be already in a state of readiness for this kidnapping to happen.
right out.
Yeah. But they might have had previous intelligence.
Yeah.
And maybe he was just playing along.
This music, I love all the music in this show, but there's some really funky stuff in there.
Report. Clear.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
The driver looked in the wing mirror.
Oh, where are we going now, then? Beautiful car as well.
Yes.
Isn't that lovely? Is it a roller?
Yeah, I think so. Nice location as well.
Yeah.
Who lives in a house like this?
213. Over.
213. Got you.
Sounds like he's in a submarine.
He's doing plotting there.
God, you see what we had to do before Apple Maps?
Try, well, Apple Maps. I mean, you'd rather be better off with that, wouldn't you?
A slide rule and a pencil.
Yeah. That's a lovely house.
Who is he being taken to see?
Wow.
You will please to follow me.
Please to follow me. What is that accent? Is it German?
I think it's sort of, Bavarian.
Generic European.
I think everyone's trying to match Vladek Shebal's accent in this episode. No one can quite do it.
Oh, I hope it's who I think it is.
Oh, I think he might be right.
May I congratulate you on surviving my little test so admirably? How are you?
Salamander.
Yeah.
Yes.
Forgive me. My name is Bella Carolian.
Oh.
Carolian.
You will only ever see me in shadow.
He's wiped his bloody mouth.
Oh, good.
And steel and chemicals and a great many other things too tedious to mention. Yeah. I hope you will understand now that I have to protect myself.
First of 2 Anderson roles from Patrick Troughton.
Ah.
He was also in the final episode of Space 1999.
Ah.
You have read the court transcript and the other documents that Ella sent you. Yeah?
His brother has been sent to prison. He's not happy. It's not so good, boys.
Where? Where, Mr. Rule? The man now languishing in jail.
What? They're sort of keeping him in the half shadow, aren't they?
Protecting his identity.
But it's Patrick Troughton.
All his life he has been involved in political trouble somewhere. This does not interest me in the least. But what does concern me is that my brother has been put in prison. And now, Mr. Ruler.
Enjoying all his rolled R's.
Yeah.
Brother. Prison.
Negative.
Oh.
Negative. What is this? Look, I'm sorry for your brother, but I'm not a jailbreaker, so if you'll excuse me.
Please, do not go.
Oh, Marie, my dear, I did not hear you come in. This is my wife, Marie.
My wife. My wife. My brother. Lovely.
I'm afraid my husband has not told you the whole story. This is not the first time.
Interesting walk she's doing.
Very slowly into her light. Look, she found it. Perfect.
The first time was 1941.
Flashback.
The prison was Dachau.
Oh.
Shandor is a sick man. If we do not get him out of prison soon, he may die. I beg you to help us.
Where's the prison?
Oh,
right, he's so easily won over.
Yeah, isn't he?
Another cool car. It's easily accessed.
Yeah.
High security establishment.
A chain. A single chain.
You shouldn't have any trouble with the prison governor. Athens is anxious to improve its public image abroad. What we are doing is good, and Shandor Caroleon is a fine man.
It's time.
That's a fabulous moustache he's got.
Never trust a man with a moustache.
It's a better moustache than the Fall for the Fall character a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Much less disturbing. I hate to say it, but so far this is slightly winning me over on the projectors.
Yes.
Slightly.
Yes.
Your pass, please.
Oh. Well, he looks familiar.
Yes, I think he's a lot of guards in shows.
Ah, okay.
And the prison governor you should also recognize.
My dear Lady Mandeville, this is indeed a great pleasure. My superiors.
Future James Bond films.
Most anxious to help you.
Who is it? Oh, is it?
It's Robert Brown.
M?
M.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I see.
I think he had a bit of a wig by then.
Yes, just a bit.
They say in the foreign press.
I may be able to help you there.
We would be so grateful. This is Sergeant Panides. He will escort you.
He's a happy chap.
First will be Yanis Kofoulis.
That is correct. An extremist.
Yeah, let's just let him out. Oh, we'll let you in.
Yeah. Just be in there unattended.
With an
violent
extremist.
It's fine.
Oh. I would not want to fly in that thing.
No.
It's very small.
Yeah.
Oh.
So how are they going to get him out?
Last will be Shango Karolian.
This way.
So she's posing as, I think, she's pretending to be a Lady Margaret Mandeville. Who's come to check on the prison.
He doesn't appear to be here.
What?
I do hope he hasn't escaped.
Impossible.
Very, very small.
With big holes for doors.
Yeah.
There he is.
Ah, yes.
Why is this prisoner out of his cell?
Medical wing. Routine checkup.
He is the doctor.
Yeah, indeed.
He has athlete's foot.
My apologies. You may interview the prisoner now.
So she's checking that they're being looked after, isn't
Yes, that's the
cover.
persona she's adopted, yeah.
Nice.
But she immediately drops out and confesses everything.
I've come to get you out of here. Listen carefully, we have very little time.
I understand. Who are you?
I love that voice.
Yes, of course, but...
Listen carefully. You will be taken out of here by helicopter at exactly 5 o'clock.
Oh.
10 seconds before 5, these bars will blow out. When the bars have gone, the helicopter will land on the parapet. Get on that helicopter and hang on.
But how we will...
Hang on.
We have a yacht.
You managed to procure a two-seater.
Yes,
Full.
so
Yes.
your stuntman will have to do a lot of the work for you.
Nice. I like the Bond-esque
Yeah.
gadgets and stuff.
Absolutely.
And
Yes, but
again,
then...
it's nice that the pacing is just so quick. We're come to get you out. Here
Yeah.
it is. Right, now I'm off.
Yeah, if it was a supercar episode, Beaker and Pop gets
Yes.
talking about it for 3 hours
How
first.
will we get them out?
But also the gadgets aren't beyond the bounds of reality.
No,
you know?
no.
They're not too silly.
Wouldn't be too close to that.
Yeah. Take a step back, maybe.
Where is your watch?
What?
Oh, no.
What?
That Lady Mandeville, I particularly noticed it. I insist on knowing where it is.
Oh, of course. How stupid of me. You're quite right. I must have put it in my handbag. When you visited as many prisons as I have, you learned...
I hope she's got another one in there. Oh!
Something even better.
Oh.
So no CCTV cameras then in that corridor?
Again, it's quite a sort of Lady Penelope move.
Yeah.
Yes. Why did she use her watch though and not have some sort of timing mechanism in her
Oh,
bag?
they needed something to give her away in the
Sneak it
story.
through, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, fair enough.
Her bag was going to be checked.
I was hoping to have a look at your watch.
I hear good things.
Why, you must take a glass of wine with me.
I really do have a most
But I
pressing
must
need.
insist.
Oh. Okay. How are we doing for time? Is it 10 seconds to 5 yet?
Must be close. Shut your eyes.
Oh!
Dramatic ad break. Oh.
Wow.
Unnecessary knees.
I congratulate you. But now I really must...
Oh, no.
he's a creep.
Bad touch.
You must, dear lady. It has been a great honor to entertain you.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Really creepy.
Oh.
Oh, she's cutting it fine,
Yeah,
she is.
really
Should have
is.
guzzled that wine faster.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, you had to be in a prison.
Yeah.
It's quite lovely. Uh-oh. Oh, the knockout spray didn't last very long. Is she going to get out in time?
It's all about to kick off.
Yeah, it's all quite nicely threaded together.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. It's enthralling.
And the music keeps building up to the big moment of the explosion.
Bring alarm. Get out of there.
Revving maybe was not such a good idea.
Yeah. All the time
Driving
screaming.
like a fucking getaway driver. Where's the chain across the gate?
Oh, this could be a nice shot. Oh, I thought we were going to see the bars blow as the
That was
helicopter.
less exciting than I thought.
Yeah.
I think they were wooden as well.
Right.
You probably should have realised that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could have kicked his way out before.
So now it's not quite a convincing stuntman.
Not really, is it? No.
And I don't quite believe Vladik could do this.
Terrifying.
Health and safety nightmare, that.
I mean, if you saw that helicopter come to rescue you, you just think, no, actually.
I'll take my chances here, thanks.
Yeah. It looks like a bit of a death trap, but it's worked. That went well.
Ah, let's celebrate a jailbreak. All done well.
Yes.
There's got to be more to it than that, though, isn't there?
No. No international
Are we
repercussions.
getting near the
at all.
end?
Well.
Doesn't it twist in some way?
Oh, I suspect there'll be a twist. We'll have to wait and see.
It's the wrong man.
Yeah.
Well, here he is.
Ah, Mr. Carolian, I hope you're feeling better.
Thank you, I'm feeling much better.
Well, I think we should drink to your freedom.
We were going to drink anyways. May as well be to that.
Rude of us.
You mean there really is a lady man there?
Of course, she's my cousin.
I just framed her for a jailbreak. She won't mind.
Your friend has told me who you are, but he's told me nothing of why you've organized my escape.
We were hired by your brother.
But I don't have a brother.
Oh, no.
And you might just as well turn around and take me straight back to prison.
You see?
What do you mean?
Who do you suppose had me imprisoned on that trumped-up charge in the first place? My brother. He wants me out of the way.
They do look like brothers too, don't they? It's quite good casting.
One of the few men who know that behind that respectable facade of the Carolian...
Respectable.
It's such a shame that he never read any audiobooks. They'd be a hard listen, but a rewarding one.
Yeah.
Yes, I can prove it. I was, after all, Bella's partner for the last 20 years.
Ah.
Well, it seems I'm not to have the chance. He had undoubtedly decided to silence me once and for all.
Carolian, rule.
Deal's off.
He's been telling us some interesting things. Look, I'm not arguing with you, I'm telling you. And we dock in Barcelona in about 12 hours. We don't move until we get a few explanations.
Well, champagne?
3 hours and nothing.
We will see.
3 hours. No TV,
there we
no
go.
radio.
Yeah, but champagne.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in a nearby swimming pool. I think this
Okay.
footage turns up in a lot of shows of the era and films.
Uh-huh.
It does feel very swimming pool, doesn't it? Like the effect of the light
Yes.
that they can offer to convince us that they're on a boat.
Yeah.
There's
That's
no
all it
gentle
takes.
rock.
Yeah.
If we remain here...
We wait.
Oh. A bit grubby, those suits, aren't they? Why do they flippers?
Evening all.
We've come for Shandor. Well, Mr. Rue?
Oh,
there we go.
yes. Slap the frogman.
Oh, yeah, the cushion will do it. Yeah.
Everything on swords all of a sudden.
They were on the wall.
I see. Nice.
Let's stand a chance.
Right.
Now
A bit less dramatic than I was expecting.
Well, considering the protectors have been drinking since about 3 in the afternoon, they did quite well.
All right, over this side, all of you.
Think about what you did.
You're naughty men.
Naughty, you're
Plainly
going
saw him
home.
bounce on the mattress there.
Yes.
Is that proof enough that I was telling the truth, Mr. Rue?
Well, I had to be sure.
And now?
Well, now we've wrecked the yacht.
Rule. Ah, Carolian. I bet you're surprised. Well, here's another surprise. I've changed my mind. We're going ahead as arranged.
What?
Right.
But...
Hang on.
But... you have the proof.
We hand you over tonight as arranged.
I don't know what's going on now.
must be some sort of...
There's some sort of double dealing, triple dealing going on, isn't there?
Where do they hand over bullfighting?
Great.
Yeah, of course.
I thought I just got a text then.
Mr. Rule?
You got them.
Would you like some Coca-Cola?
Yes, product placement in there, isn't there?
Yes. Champagnas. Hey?
Yeah, you're Heller.
I think it's supposed to look darker than it is.
It's supposed to be a day for night, but
Yeah,
there's not
it's
much
just-
for night in it.
No. And again, that's not Vladek. Walking away,
Okay.
that's a double again.
Yeah. Maybe not available for this day's work.
Doesn't pay to fly him out to you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Well, Shandor, I imagine you know why I brought you here.
Yes, Bella. You want to murder me.
Got it in one.
That's it.
Now
But I'm
here,
gonna-
I think we have some quite spectacular eyebrows here. There we go. Yeah.
Post-Androgum
Yes.
days here.
Before others find out about the activities of the Carolian Corporation, I have therefore decided to die. And you're going to help me. You're going to play substitute for me. Or at least your corpse is.
But, Bella, you'll never get away with it.
No.
We are brothers, yes, but...
But I don't have your eyebrows.
Thought had occurred to me. Oh, I can assure you the corpse will be quite unrecognizable.
Ooh.
Do you know what a shotgun does to a man's face?
What line?
That
Wow.
would have been the following week, Captain Scarlet, after the previous episode, Colonel White.
Can you think of any other snags?
Snake.
Blood group, for instance. I've been very thorough. We have the same blood group.
I don't mind yours being spread all up the walls.
Teeth, for instance. A conclusive method of identification. But I believe that you have recently been to the dentist. In prison? You see, I've thought of everything. It is perfect.
Except...
Oh!
Walter, he shot himself.
Very definition of cutting it fine.
He shot himself in here. Oh my God! On the floor.
Round of applause.
Clap with a gun in your hand.
Yeah. Clap, clap.
It's off stage.
Oh.
We are extremely grateful, Mr. Rule.
Great, thanks.
Hello now.
Who are you?
Good morning.
You know, you have a dangerous sense of the dramatic, Mr. Rule.
I had a little trouble reading the map.
Oh, that's right. Madame la Comtesse, thank you.
There we are.
Well, that ends well.
Right.
Okay.
But the coppers were fine with the escape prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just checking. Yeah. Probably explained it all right.
Exactly.
It really is perfume. Harry? Harry?
Yeah, I think that's kind of salty there.
Wow.
It was the 70s.
They're friends. Well, I liked that.
Yes, I like that one as well.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's a great sense of nostalgia. Just the colours and just the feel of the thing and the music, and it wasn't a bad plot, was it?
No, it's always great when a plot in the show hangs together,
Yes.
and they don't always, but when they do, they work really well. And then
Yeah.
the pacing on that one is brilliant as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go 4.
I'm going to go 4 as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jamie?
Are you going to let down our brotherhood with a lower score?
I'm going to go 3.5.
3.5.
Which, for a protectors thing for me, that is like a 5.
Yeah,
essentially.
that's not bad.
Do you think it's the presence of Patrick Troughton and Vladek Sheybal kind of lifted it, or was it?
No, I was pleased to see them both, but actually sort of
I mean-
annoyingly quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't a standout performance from Patrick Troughton, really. Yeah, nice to see him there, but he didn't make it for me.
No, it's just a good story,
Yeah.
well told.
Exactly.
Nice stuff.
Podsterons, where would you rate that episode of The Protectors? Do comment in the below the YouTube thing
thingy
where
down-
people
down
write
there.
things.
Thing.
And have a little discussion. Why not have a conversation with your fellow podsterons?
Yeah.
Discuss it openly on the street with strangers.
Yes.
Why not?
That kind of thing. Yeah, all for now. Join us next week for other guests, other randomisers,
random episodes,
emails from podsterons who've never emailed before,
Oh, yes.
Other
Look forward to
news.
those.
and other news.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
See you then for pod 328. Bye.
Let's get started. Let's go.
Spectrum is green.
Okay, thanks. Oh.
Try.
Oh, God. Just make that the balance.
no.
That'll do.
I can't get his hat.
Well, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't go on his head.
That's why he holds it under his arm like anybody would. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. Sorry, I've ruined everything. See you next week and we'll try again.
Yeah, just forget the whole thing.
Bye. That was an Anderson Entertainment production.